Our first guest tonight is a talented actress starring in a new film entitled The Lake House. It opens tomorrow. Here's the always lovely Sandra Bullock, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, you look beautiful. How come I don't know this? Is it Sandra? Is it Sandra? How do you pronounce
Sandra.
it? Sandra.
Sandra.
No,
Sandra.
because Sandra like it's spelled.
Yeah, Sandra.
You look wonderful, by the way.
I feel good.
And the new movie, Lake House. Now I've seen the movie, and it's a romantic movie.
Yes.
But it's also there's a thing.
Time-space continuum issue.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. That makes it a little different than the normal.
Than the non-space time continuum.
Right. Yeah. But it starts out. It's a little sad. It's a little sad because you are alone and a little sad.
Yes.
But you have a relationship with a person that we, the viewer, think may be a ghost.
Yeah.
Or from outer space.
Yes, maybe. Yeah.
We just don't know.
Just don't know.
And as the movie progresses, the likelihood of the two of you getting together seems more and more remote.
Exactly.
Right.
Yes.
So now.
How is that different than life?
Oh, but see, now, wait a minute. You're married and happily married for a year now. Congratulations. So there. Right there. Man.
Yeah. He looks familiar.
This guy is the real thing. He's not kidding around, is he?
No, not at all.
You know what I like about this guy? He's a very smart guy.
I know.
And
hello.
he's an artist.
Yes.
And I believe his heart is in the right place.
You know what? You're absolutely right.
Yeah. Now, tell us how. It doesn't seem like the kind of. And how would you? I mean, it seems a little. I mean, what was the first day? How did you go? I mean, did you lose a bet? Why did you? You know what I mean? It just seems unlikely.
Well, it's funny because I was in the tattoo parlor getting my my buttocks tattooed, and I was going for like a sea motif, an ocean motif, because this is, I think, octopus. I still haven't figured it out. But I was getting like a squid on my, and there he was, and it was so weird that we had that in common. And we thought,
that raises another question. Have you? I mean, it's like a mural. You get to see all kind of stuff right there.
It's reading material. It's
awesome. But he's a Monster Garage,
yes.
A tough kid, tough life early on in Long Beach. Now a big star. And how do you meet? How did that get together?
Through my 8-year-old godson.
Really?
Who'd known him for years, and all we ever heard about was, West Coast Choppers. And I didn't know it was a person. I thought it was just a place. So I found out where that place was and just took him there for his Christmas present.
And so there, Jesse James is there.
He was there, and then I heard that there was a person, and I just assumed he'd be, like probably fat and bald. And so,
Right.
And then came down this nice man who took the time to spend like the entire day with my little godson.
Right.
Yeah.
Now this is an unusual circumstance. The context is odd because there you are in a custom motorcycle garage shop with your godson and Jesse James. And so did you get a sense that there was anything there?
No.
I mean, just even a hint, just a
Wasn't
kind of
looking, didn't look, didn't see. He had some nice buildings, so I talked about the buildings a lot. But no, I just let the little guy enjoy himself.
So what was the next step then?
Stalking. Not on my part. I was the victim.
Yeah. No, but and by the way, maybe this is none of my business.
Yes, but you can ask anyway,
yeah,
right?
Thanks. But and did he call right away or what?
There was a call by the time I took my godson back to the office. Yes, an inquiry was made.
So he must have felt something during that initial.
I think he might have.
Right.
Don't know from where he got it.
And did you return the call?
I didn't. No, I asked that my number not be given to the large tattooed man.
Right.
And I said.
Standard procedure.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm sure everyone understands. And then I just gave my email so I could just politely decline the dinner invitation.
That you knew would be coming, or you knew was the phone call.
I'd been told that there was an inquiry as to my status, relationships, was I taken, was I available, kind of thing,
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you going for?
Well, then how much time passes before you finally said, okay, let's go to dinner?
About a month of writing back and forth. Of me blowing him off and him responding.
Yeah. But you know, this is vaguely similar to the plot of the movie because there's a lot of correspondence that way.
I know.
They have, and I don't think I've seen a film before that has one of these. This movie features a magic mailbox.
It does, yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
And it's pivotal and essential. But the movie has a happy ending, doesn't it?
It has an ending that is sort of more of a metaphor that anything's possible if you just let go. As adults, we sort of become hung up on things that it all has to be logical and figured out. And sometimes the best thing for you is something you can't explain.
That's right. So. Continuing the comparison, your marriage is good. You're happy to be married. You like being married.
I do. I mean, it's not so much about the paper. I've never been a marrying kind of gal, but once you're stalked like that, you tend to change your mind.
Right.
And but it's not about the paper. It's about I was worried, can I be the best partner to someone, and especially someone that I admire and respect so much? Am I going to be able to step up to plate? And I met him, and I did.
At first glance. At first glance, one would think that the corridor of commonality is narrow.
You know what's funny? I remember him being on the show just recently.
About a month ago.
Yeah, I don't recall you guys ever talking about. I thought you guys talked about like welding.
We did. We talked about
bending
welding.
pipe.
Yeah, we talked.
Can we talk about things like that?
Well, that's kind of what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
What? Like I said, the
coming together, commonality.
The layman might not think that there was much commonality there. But tell us what you have in common.
Well, I'm stubborn, as is he. I'll try anything once, as you can see, he does all the time. I think he's amazing. He thinks he's amazing.
Well, there you go. We'll be right back here with Sandra Bullock, everybody. Sandra Bullock is here. The motion picture is Lake House. I couldn't help but notice during the break that beautiful ring. Oh my God, that's lovely. It's like twin stones or something.
Yeah.
Was that part of was that your wedding ring? I guess your engagement ring?
He picked it, and he
very nice.
means
Very nice.
you and me and
cute.
French.
And did you? What kind of a ring did you give him?
I actually made his ring. I bored it out of a 1-inch steel bore stock, and I bored it.
I don't have any idea what you're talking
really
about.
Sexy, didn't it? Like, wow, check it out. She just...
you did. There's steel pipe.
It's a solid steel pipe, and what you do, you caliper the exterior measurements in the exterior of what the outside of the ring dimensions would be, and then you caliper the inside what the ring finger would be, and you bore it, and then sort of tool down the outside to the shape you want.
So is it nice and smooth, or are there burrs and ugly things?
It's a few burrs, so he can't take the ring off. So when he pulls it, it attaches. Do you ride a motorcycle? I ride on the back of his motorcycle. I drive a dirt bike. I have a dirt bike, and I like doing off-road stuff.
Yeah.
And
do you foresee you guys ever like going cross country together riding bikes?
Well, we went into Baja. We went and drove the coast of Baja. I was grandma in the back, and all the guys were like, "Wee, wee, wee," and I'm like, only stopping to look at real estate. He said that's the only time I took my eyes off the road. I was like, "Oh, house for sale."
But you were actually on your own bike.
Yeah.
And are you good? You getting comfortable?
Getting a lot better. My goal for last year, before the end of the year, was to catch air.
I don't know what that means.
Catch air, yeah. That's where both wheels leave the ground.
Leave the ground. Oh, yeah. In a controlled fashion.
You would like to hope.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if mine was controlled, but he said he was behind me, and I caught air. Yeah. And so as long as I looked really sexy, like up like that, I'm happy. So I caught the air.
You would look sexy with the kickstand down. But this guy can do he can build anything.
Yes.
He's an artisan,
Yeah.
and he can ride anything.
Yeah.
And he races, doesn't he?
But yeah, he's a
Both cars and motorcycles.
Everything. Hence the trips to.
No, he's an admirable guy.
Yeah,
And
you like him, don't you?
Well, he makes guys like me. I mean, look at here. That's him, and then here I am.
There's no wedding band, so we need to like sketch
Pencil that in right there.
There you go.
Okay.
There's the board steel, right there.
Cute.
There you go.
Yeah, but there's not many of these guys left. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, and then he ends up married to a lovely film star. So I mean, he's got it all. He's got it all going on, and
I do too.
yeah,
I got lucky.
Okay, no.
Yeah, okay. Enough of that.
Now listen. So tell us what we're going to see here in the lake house,
Yes.
and what lake was it?
Like it was actually not the main lake in Chicago. We shot it in Chicago. It was just outside of town, about 20 minutes. It's gorgeous, sort of stickly, sort of Frank Lloyd Wright glass metal structure was built on this.
Yeah, beautiful house.
Wasn't that beautiful?
Yeah,
It's a gorgeous structure. But I think what we're going to see is, because of the magic mailbox, we've developed this correspondence, and I'm making it sound so bad, and I apologize to everyone involved.
Now, when you start talking about a magic mailbox
Yes.
out of context,
Yes.
people think you're goofy.
It could be a metaphor for many things, yeah.
But when you see it in the context of the film, you add the first couple, you say, oh, they got one of those magic mailboxes.
No, that magic mailbox. So here we're speaking to each other. We're in the same place, but 2 years apart, and our speaking to each other is our letter writing to each other. And it sort of shows the progression of our relationship and our comfort with each other.
And you're in the present, he's 2 years
2 years behind.
That's
yeah.
right, okay. So the lake house, watch.
It was you. Why didn't you say anything?
You would have thought I was crazy, drunk, or both.
Yeah, but I liked you. You should have said something.
How? You were with your boyfriend.
You know what? Excuses, excuses. You are a coward.
I'm not a coward.
Oh, really? Well, what about your girlfriend?
What? I told you already, she's not my girlfriend.
She's not my
remember?
boyfriend either.
Oh, really? Well, what is he then? Your brother?
Ah, you have a comedian. What'd you have? Clown for breakfast this morning?
Wonderful, our first fight.
No, they dismantled. I'm trying to find it. They just dismantled it, and I want it.
They just built it for the film? That's
I know,
crazy.
it's pretty, yeah.
And that, of course, is Keanu Reeves. Yeah.
Yes,
And it was
yes.
fun to see him again, huh?
Really good. I love working with
Yeah.
him. Really.
And when you see that clip, it may be confusing, but to see that clip, what you should do is go to the movie, and you'll see that clip contained in the movie.
Well said. I love the way you said that.
And then this experience here now will be so much more meaningful.
Yes.
That's right. Sandra, great pleasure to see you again. Congratulations, you've been a year. Good for you. The film opens tomorrow. We'll be right back, everybody, with Widespread Panic.